This is a second stimulus check and stimulus package update for Monday. Hope you are good and safe. Great news as 4 different sources in the White House, Pete Navarro, Kellyanne Conway, Steve Mnuchin, and Mr. Hassett, Kevin Hassett, all state that a second stimulus package, aka Phase 4, is closer than ever thought, and that's definitely going to get passed. So really great news. We're going to have all the detail for you. This is very new. Thanks for tuning in. This is LALATE. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. And please hit the bell on the front of this channel so you get an alert when we have a second stimulus package update. So, boy, it's really very exciting. We have 4 different individuals that are all tied to the White House that now say a second stimulus package is definitely going to happen. The details of it are starting to come out even clearer than before. If you don't recall, several weeks ago, the Senate received from the House the HEROES Act, which called for a $1,200 second stimulus check to be paid to you. It's to be paid to you if you're an adult. Additionally, proposed $600 per week, an extension of federal benefits under pandemic unemployment assistance or UI benefits. It's a great thing that is currently being paid by anyone who's impacted by COVID-19, even in a partial capacity. It also called for a forgiveness of student debts, forgiveness of interest and principal student debts, at least until January, and also called for a $13 per month per hour hazard pay on top of what's currently paid for essential workers. That's where we were a few days ago, and certainly if you watched yesterday's video, thank you. But here's the new news, which is really quite exciting. First, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin indicated on Monday that he is pushing for more PPP lending, more PPP money to be put in the hands of small business sole proprietorships. And it's actually just as Jovita Carranza, head of the SBA, opened moments ago the EIDL portal. If you don't know what the EIDL portal is, it pays $1,000 per employee for anyone who is a sole practitioner, a solo business owner, or a small business owner. So, for example, if you're an Uber or Lyft driver, you could be getting $1,000. If you work a side job, and that side job is on your tax return as a Schedule C, you get $1,000. If you have a small business and didn't apply for the EIDL application in March or April and were shut out, you can now apply. If you have 10 employees, you can get $10,000. That's grant money. It's money in your pocket. It's money you don't have to repay. You can also get an EIDL loan as well. This is on top of what Steve Mnuchin is calling for additional PPP money. This is all money that comes in your hand and is either grant money or forgivable money. This is not loan money, so it's very good, great news. And it's all within a matter of hours. Can you imagine? The second part is Pete Navarro. You may have heard about this on Saturday. As you know, Pete Navarro is the chief trade advisor in the White House. And he was asked specifically about a second stimulus package, and he says absolutely going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. We are facing significant structural headwinds. The only way to fully rebuild the economy in the face of the headwinds is to significantly expand and strengthen our manufacturing base. He wants more manufacturing jobs. He thinks that's critical. But he was also asked specifically about everyone else, including the viewers of this channel. How about a second stimulus check? How much? Well, this is where we are. Nancy Pelosi proposes $3 trillion. Mitch McConnell proposes $1 trillion. But when Navarro was asked, he thinks the president is really around the middle ground, about $2 trillion for the American people. And he says that he wants 2 simple rules: buy American, hire American, with incentive for American companies that pay and hire American employees like you. So this is great news. He's calling for more money for American workers and American jobs at the middle ground of where the Republicans and the Democrats are at about $2 trillion. It's a lot of money, and it's a lot of money right now. But he's also very optimistic. He says, hey, we can't pass it this week because Capitol Hill is actually a ghost town. So what was the next element of great news? Well, that came from Kevin Hassett. This is the White House economic advisor, and he appeared on Fox News, and he also was asked about a second stimulus check. And he also was asked about a second stimulus package. And so when asked about it, he says that we're looking at probably end of July. He says that he sees a second stimulus package getting passed about in July, which is actually consistent with Pete Navarro, who talked about the ghost town of Washington currently. He said, when asked about the odds of a second stimulus package, Hassad was very, very clear, and he gave really great news. He says it's very, very high on the president's agenda and the Republican Party's agenda as they reconvene in the coming weeks. And we all know that the Democrats have been pushing it with the HEROES Act. The Republicans initially didn't seem like they were too interested on a second stimulus package. Not true anymore, says Kevin Hassad. He says that the president is pushing for it and is pushing for it very strong. When asked more about the odds of the second stimulus package and stimulus check, or phase 4, he said the following: the odds of a phase 4 deal is something we talked with the president about last week. We even had a small group meeting this morning to talk about it, to talk about the second stimulus check, to talk about the second stimulus package. The odds of a phase 4 deal are very, very high. Wow. I mean, this can't get any better than this. So the final voice came from White House counselor Kellyanne Conway. And she was asked about a second stimulus package. And she said exactly the same thing. She wouldn't give you the details because she was certainly protective of the president. She didn't want to pigeonhole him, but she said it's going to happen. She says, I can't say exactly what he's going to support. He's very clear about looking at phase 4, possibly infrastructure, more relief for distressed industries and individuals. Repeat, and individuals, growing the economy. Really exciting news. So at the moment, it looks like a phase 4 would probably come to a vote in July. It looks like we're in the middle ground of about $2 trillion between what the Democrats want of $3 trillion and what the Republicans want of $1 trillion. The White House is pushing everyone to come into the middle. Really great news. There's a lot of other instruments out there that are sparking a lot of interest. The viewers of this channel yesterday responded very well to our second stimulus check and package update when we talked about the Main Street Lending Program. What is the Main Street Lending Program? How does it work? How much money is it? And where does it go? So the Main Street Lending Program was detailed on LALATE over the last few weeks. It has been modified by the Federal Reserve. It is a Federal Reserve loan. It's underwritten by the Federal Reserve. It has not gone live yet. You apply for it at your local bank. You apply for it at a bank that is FDI insured. And it is then underwritten by the Fed. When we detailed it several days ago, we detailed some really exciting news about this Main Street Lending Program. First, the turnaround time is incredible. They're proposing that the entire time from application, walking in the door, to getting it written is about 3 days, fully funded. Second, the loan amount threshold has been reduced. It was initially about $500,000, and now it's somewhere around $200,000 as the entry level, and it could even drop lower than that. Third, the lenders are your small banks, so these are people you already do business with. And fourth, the applicant, you can be a business owner, an LLC, and a corporation, but it may also be a sole proprietorship. We still don't know. But if you're a sole proprietor, you can certainly get $1,000 for the EIDL grant right today. If you haven't watched our EIDL grant videos, please do. It just went live. I explained to you how to get that money. This is more stimulus money, and this is great stimulus money, and this is great news. Next, the PPP loan. If you did not apply for the PPP loan, you may still qualify because Steve Mnuchin, the last person I have to get to, wants that to expand. He wants the PPP loan and the EIDL process to expand because he thinks they've been great success. Some agree, some don't agree. But the bottom line is that if you work, if you are an independent contractor, you can get this money. Much of this money is grant money. It's money you don't have to repay. It's money in your pocket. It's money that comes within a few days. Some of our viewers who applied when it was open for agricultural in May got paid $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 in 24 hours. It's a lot of money. It's in your pocket and it's there right away. It comes by direct deposit from the SBA. So a lot of great stimulus check and second stimulus package information today. A lot of different money coming from different sources that can be in your pocket, that can get your business moving, that can get your livelihood going. And as always, stay FLA for more.